Hey, estate planning attorney Paul Rabalais here, and in this video we're going to hit head on why people cause a mess of their estates, and we're going to start talking about how to reduce that big gap between people who know they need to get their estate legal affairs in order and those who actually do get their estate legal affairs in order. Okay, so most people believe that estate planning is important. I bet if you did a poll of adults, this isn't scientific, I'm just guessing, but probably maybe 80% of people would think, hey, estate planning is something that's important, to address. But far fewer people actually put an estate legal program in place. What's that percentage of adults? Maybe it's 40%, something like that. And so I'm just kind of guessing, but I've read a lot and seen a lot about it. So what this video is going to do, and it's really important, is we're going to address the big why there's a big gap between those who know they need it and those who actually have it. So I first want to say congratulations if you already have your estate legal program in order. It's tidied up. Congratulations. Now, I hate to burst your bubble, but there are some of you out there who do have that peace of mind that comes from thinking that you have your estate legal program in place, but you actually don't due to maybe some inadequate planning or a change in your family circumstances. But the concept of thinking you have it in place or you maybe don't, that's a topic for another video. I don't want to address that in this video. This is about reducing that gap between those who know they need it and those who have it. So this is for you though, and there are many of you that realize that there is a need to get the estate legal affairs in order, but you haven't yet fulfilled that need. So in conjunction with this video, I made a poll in the community tab of this estate planning YouTube channel so that you can see that, number one, you're not alone in kind of neglecting or failing to address this important topic. And by taking the poll, you can give me some feedback so that I can provide even better education and address in these videos why people know they need to address their own estate legal affairs and they don't, and perhaps we can educate more people in a manner that reduces that gap from people who know they need it to people who actually have it. So I've come up with really what I think are the top 5 reasons there is a gap between those who know they need their legal affairs in order and those who actually have it. By the way, these 5 reasons, they're not necessarily valid reasons. When I tell you the reason, I can easily provide you with a counterpoint to why that shouldn't be a reason to fail to get your legal affairs in order, but that's not what this video is here. You can go on the internet and find a million lawyers who say all the reasons why you should have things in order. This is more to address why you don't, and it's okay. You don't have to beat yourself up if you don't, because it's just a common scenario. But I want to start addressing some of those reasons why people feel they have a need or know they have a need, but they don't address the need. All right, so reason number 1 is some people say, my estate's too small. And again, I've heard all of these reasons over the 30 years that I've been helping people get their legal affairs in order. So one of the reasons I hear, estate's too small. I don't have enough. Or how much do you need to have an estate legal program? And I'm sure whatever that threshold is, I don't have it. Or I've heard some people say, my estate's not going to be subject to the federal estate tax, so I don't need to do anything. So some people say the reason they don't, their estate's too small. If that's how you feel yours is, just click that answer in the poll. Second reason people kind of neglect to get things in order is they have this mindset that I'll do it myself. And then when we dig a little deeper, maybe they're telling me something like, I'll find some forms online. Maybe I'll hear something like, in my state, you can handwrite your own will. Maybe I'll hear something like, I'll go to a do-it-yourself online service, but I plan to do it myself, haven't done it yet, that's why I don't have things in order, I'll do it myself. So that's reason number 2. Click that if that's kind of the number 1 reason why you don't have these things in order. Number 3 is it's too complicated. You might be saying to yourself, I don't know where to start. I don't understand what I need. I don't know who to talk to. Or you might even be saying, when I talk to somebody, they talk so far over my head, I don't have any idea of what they're saying. So if you feel like you haven't addressed this because it's just too complicated, then click answer number 3 on our poll in the community tab of this YouTube channel. Number 4, it's too expensive. You might be thinking, boy, it's going to be at least, several $100s, or maybe you're thinking, I know it's going to be thousands of dollars for me to put an estate legal program in order, and I have other expenses that at this time are more critical for me to meet than having to shell out perhaps thousands of dollars to get my estate legal program in order. Or maybe you're just saying, I don't know what it will cost, and so since I don't know, I'm not going to address it. So maybe it's too expensive is the reason why you're feeling like you realize you have a need, you just haven't filled that need yet. And then the fifth and final reason is it's just too inconvenient to go through the steps to put an estate legal program in place. You might be saying, you know what, I'm too busy right now. My spouse and I, we're too busy to deal with this right now. I don't want to take multiple trips to the lawyer's office. Or you might be saying, I realize lawyers now are offering phone conferences and web conferences and Zoom conferences, but I know that I got to get a bunch of stuff notarized and witnessed and may have to go to a lawyer's office for that. Or maybe you're saying, in this COVID world, I don't want to risk the interaction that I've got to do to get people to help me put my estate legal program in order. So the fifth reason is it's just too inconvenient. So if that's kind of your reason, just click that answer. So if you're kind of a summary here, and that it doesn't cost you anything, you don't have to put in your email address, nothing. Just got to answer one question. And if your estate legal affairs are not in order, just go now to the community tab. I'll put a link to it in the description of this video. Go to that community tab. Take the poll to tell us maybe what's your reason. Just be open and honest. Again, nobody's going to know who's answering this question, but just be blunt, because we need that that honesty, that transparency of why you haven't put things in order yet. By taking the poll actually by taking the poll, you'll get to see the results. And so by seeing the results, you'll probably kind of quickly realize, hey, you're not alone. There's a lot of other people just like you. And what by taking the poll will do, and it will enable me to see the results. So what I get excited about is getting that information so that we can start an education process on this YouTube channel to perhaps make people more comfortable, perhaps even just squash some myths out there and do the education necessary to take America from this huge mass of people who know they need to get legal affairs in order, to shrink the gap between those who know they need it and those who need it. We want there to be a huge number of people who not only know they need it, but they get the peace of mind from having things in order, and they provide themselves and their family with so many benefits down the road. So thank you in advance for taking the poll. Just again, all the usual stuff, like, subscribe. Hope you're enjoying these videos half as much as I'm enjoying making them. We'll see you next time.